everybody. Good morning. It is 10:49 a.m. It is the 30th of November 2020, and we're just here to do another edition of the Bitcoin update, along with the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. So, as always, we're going to get into all these things. We're doing these as educational. So this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research. It's just my opinion on the market, and so I'd like to take a little bit of a look here. I'm going to take a look at Bitcoin first. That's the one that everybody's really freaking out about. So let's go ahead and move on into the chart, and let's just take a look. So we're going to start at Bitcoin. I've got a real simple chart here. Nothing fantastic. Just trying to keep it real here. So basically, what I believe we've got going on here is, we're still working on wave 5. Still working on wave 5 until I see signs otherwise. We're continuing to see higher prices, obviously. So if you're taking a look at this video for the first time, yeah, just go back and take a look at my history, right? Because I've been talking about us continuing to see higher prices for a while. Our first targets, we were watching 17.4. We blew through those, and now we're taking a look at probably the 22 to 24,000 region. We're making new highs on Bitcoin. If you're taking a look at one exchange or the other, I mean, basically we're at all-time high. That's just the what it amounts to. So just take a look down here at the bottom. We were talking, of course, on the Discord server about buying at 4,500. Down here on this drop. But we also had a small long position from 6,000 that I ended up closing. I closed that earlier than I should have, but it is what it is. Nobody really holds for this long in a leverage position, and if you do, then congratulations. But at any rate, what I believe we've got here is wave 1, and then a 2, and then we've got a nice kind of a diagonal here into a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, going for the 5. Then we come down here. That's into the 3. Go down here into the 4. And then from here, I think we have an extended fifth going on. Just my educated guess here. So from down here, I see a 1, 2, and then I can see that we've got an extension here into this 3. Then we have our significant pullback here into the 4, and then we go for a 5. This parabola that I've had here, I drew this last week, maybe even 2 weeks ago. We were talking about all of these things, and we pretty much came down and touched this guy perfectly. So I'm just going to continue and extend this guy up a bit. So let's just go ahead and let's go ahead and put this in here properly. So if we've got that guy, let's go ahead and pull this here. It's going to be about like this. As long as we maintain this parabola, I don't see any reason why we see any significant pullbacks. We were talking about this being wave 1, and then, or rather wave A, and then going up for the B, and then coming down for the C. That didn't happen. And maybe it will happen. Maybe we have an expanded flat here, but this parabola, I think, is going to maintain its structure. So possible that we do see ourselves come back down here to 18. I would be interested in opening some kind of a leverage long position if we see a drop down to 18. The higher we go, the higher that our pullback is going to eventually be. I'm very bullish on alts right now, with Bitcoin being up here at all-time high. I'm very bullish on alts. So I would say, actually, at this point in time, I am more exposed to altcoins than I am to Bitcoin right now, which is something that I haven't been something that I haven't been doing this entire time. I only recently started getting bullish on alts when we were up here in this price range. I'm going to maintain that as long as we stay inside of this parabola. Would make sense for us to just kind of move sideways here until December, at least the beginning of December, see some alts making some good moves as Bitcoin just kind of consolidates. And then at one point, we're going to see rotation out of alts back into Bitcoin. And then I think we're going to see that last move up to wave 5 of wave 5, and then this wave B here. Just if this is your first time watching, let me go to a daily and just kind of show you where I'm getting this from. So I'm not saying this is going to happen, you guys. So I know we're at all-time high. Everybody's super bullish, and I am bullish right now. So just to clarify on that, but I have to acknowledge that if this is the bear market, and it only lasted 1 year, that would be That would be very, very crazy. Now, it can happen, but I'm still watching this as a possibility. I want to see what happens at $24,300 because that's the 123.6. Okay, so up here at $24,300, I have to keep my eyes open for a pullback. So if we hit 24K, I'm going to go to cash. That's just what I'm going to do, right? I'm not saying that you should blindly follow me, but I'm going to completely cash out at 24K if we get there. More than likely, I should say, when we get there at this rate, because it does look like we're going to make our way up there. Right up here, 24,299. It's a perfect perfect place here. So let's just watch this here real quick. All right, so we've got this pullback, right? Obviously, this was a big pullback, and then we have a nice 1, 2, or an AB, and then we see this going up here into a potential B. I'm not fully convinced that we're going to make our way up to 40, 50, 100K right now. I think there's too many people that have that thought process right now. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to cash right now because we broke through 17.1. We were watching this, right? This was our first target, right? I tried my first short at 17.4, didn't make it. I didn't short 19.4. I should have because that was my second place I was watching. I missed that. I did grab a little bit of a long position down here. I already closed that out. I closed that out a while back. I tried shorting earlier today and I lost about 1% on that trade. I got stopped out and then now here we are at 19,400 again. So it would make sense for us to continue to consolidate here, maybe for another day or two. It will give alts some time to kind of do their thing, but I really think that we should be watching this 24,000 to 24,300 mark because that's the next technical level that we should be watching. That's going to be at the 123.6. That's going to be that that next corrective target, assuming that this is a corrective move. If this is the case, this is basically the play that I'm going to be watching. Wherever we top out, I'm going to be going from the all-time high here in 2017. Let me see if I can get this tagged off. It's going to be right there, all the way down here to the bottom, right? So that's about 3,100. And then let's just say for a moment it does go up to 24,300. I'm going to be looking for a move back to 3,800 to 4,000. That's going to be where I'm going to be looking to buy back. Possible we make it to 25. I mean, assuming that this plays out at all, right? I still think that we push through. I still think we make it to 24.3. I'm going to go to cash at 24.3. I'm not shorting at 24.3. Just for the record, I don't make no mistake. I'm not going to do anything stupid up here. I'm just going to go to cash. And at that point, I'm going to be waiting to see what happens. If we see a significant pullback, let's say we see ourselves pull all the way back down to 16, which would be, I mean, that would be a pretty crazy move, you have to admit. Let me see if I can get this. And let me get my price tool. Price range from 24 all the way down to 16, that'd be a 33% pullback. Insert the narrative, 30% pullback, bull run resumes. We find our way back up to about 19.4, and then we reject from there. That would be a nice head and shoulders, and then we could see ourselves all the way back down to 10K. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying we take it a day at a time. We wait and see what happens. I'm interested going to cash here. And then if we do see that happen, I would be interested in shorting at that point back at about 19 to 20K. A lot has to happen between now and then, and it probably won't happen until January. So this is not something that's going to happen today. It's not something that's going to happen next week. If it happens at all, it's probably going to happen around Christmas time. So just watch for that. But I do think that we are going to hit this target up here at this point, which is now 24.3. Can't go up forever. It is what it is. But for right now, this looks like a good move. This 4-hour candle is going to be pretty telling. All right, so this 4-hour candle, let's just watch and see. So the place where I shorted earlier was here at about 18.8, and the reason why I shorted it at the time was because of this guy right here. We had resistance here in the 4-hour block. We had support here in the 4-hour block. So I was interested in trying the short there. Didn't work out. I got stopped out really quick, and that's fine. But this 4-hour block really needs to close above, I would say, this guy right here. It really needs to close above that 19,200. This 4-hour candle, which has 48 seconds left in it, it looks like it is going to close up above it. I'd really like to see it close higher because this is about a 50% absorption on that test of all-time high. Something that we would expect. Obviously we got 30 seconds left. It's trying to push. We're going to print a pretty bullish candle. So we'll see what happens. It probably will come back down here to retest about 18.8 again. Probably find some support there. All right, I'm done talking about Bitcoin right now. Let's take a look at Ethereum versus the dollar. Ethereum versus the dollar. This is also one where I was talking about a break of 600. We're at 595. It looks like it does want to make its way higher still. All right, so let's just go ahead and take a look at this real quick. All right, so what this looks like to me from here, from down here, is a 1, 2, 3 up here, come down for the 4, and then we go up for the 5. All right, so let me just remove this guy for right now. All right, so let's just take a look at this. We're going to go down here up to the top and do the pullback. So we hit the 2618. That's pretty good. So that looks fine. Let's just check our pullback target. Did we hit the 382? It looks like we probably did. And the 382, let me go ahead and put that on here. 382 was at 478, and we pretty much hit that perfectly. So, our upside target for Ethereum is probably going to be about $732, and we're sitting here at 600 right now. So there is still the potential for a significant upside move, even 20 to 23% from where we're at right now. So that looks pretty good. That pullback was a good technical target for a wave 4 pullback. So therefore, I do think that Ethereum is probably going to see $732 over time. So that looks very, very good as well. Okay, that's all the crypto I'm going to be talking about right now. So if you want to drop off, you can do that. If you want to stay and watch me discuss the S&P 500 and NASDAQ, feel free to stick along here for the ride. So let's go ahead, go down to the hourly, and take a look at our ES1 chart. Okay, so on this chart, I was talking about a move back to 350, basically to retest this this trend line that we have here. So we're looking at the hourly. This goes back to September, right around Labor Day, when we had this drop, right? I thought that we had wave 4 that got put in here. Then we had a 1, 2, and then from here 1. I think we still had a little bit there. So actually, there's a question on the YouTube which I do want to address. The question is, what would I use to cash out for Bitcoin? I won't go to real dollars. I will go to synthetic dollars, which means I'll probably go to either USDC or USDT. I'll go into one of those two, whichever one has the best price at the time. That's likely the one that I'll go with. And to be completely honest, I'll probably go into USDC, because if the whole crypto atmosphere decides to completely collapse, which I don't expect to happen, but if it does, USDC is going to be the easiest one for me to completely cash out. So that's likely the one that I'm going to go with. Anything can happen with Tether. So Tether generally is safe, has been safe, even through all of its ups and downs. So probably will end up going to USDC, but USDT is probably fine, just for the record there. All right, so on ES, man, this is looking okay, even as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as kind of like a diagonal here. So this could still work. So a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up there. All right, let me put this on a lower degree here just to make sure that this looks okay. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in here and just take a look at this. So if that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from there, then we would expect an ABC, ABC, ABC. So this looks almost done. This correction does look almost done. So from here, A, B, and then here's our targets. Our targets there, 3,600. I mean 360 was max pain. 3609. If you're looking at SPY, this is 360, 361. This looks okay. This looks all right. And let's just go ahead and measure this from the correction from today and see where this is. This is looking. So we hit that 123.6 basically exactly. So I believe that this is close to being finished. So what that means for me, I'm going to be doing a stock scan for the insured members here in just a little bit, where we're going to be taking a look at things that are prime for buying, because it looks like we're probably going to bounce here, at least on the S&P. It looks like that's probably what's going to happen. And let me just take a fib pull on this as well, just to see how much confluence that we can get here. If we are correcting that entire move, that came back to the 382. So that seems like a good corrective target there. Yeah. I mean, so this looks okay for a bounce. This looks okay for a bounce. It looks like this is probably done. Again, this being in ABC form. So from here, we've got the A, we've got the B, and then we went down for the C. So I think we're probably going to be green from here on, at least for probably the duration of the next couple days. I would say that maybe today we kind of just chop here for a little bit because we know that max pain is at 360, but I assume that there's probably a lot of same day puts that opened up on the drop here. So it wouldn't surprise me one bit for max pain to actually be a little bit higher than what indicators were previously saying. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's take a look at NASDAQ. We have been saying for a while that NASDAQ had more upside potential than the S&P. When you compared the two, NASDAQ had previously been weaker, and I am more bullish on NASDAQ than I am on I'm more bullish on NASDAQ than I am on SPY, just for the record there. So I'm going to clear some of these guys out because this looks like this too is actually already done, completed there. So let me just kind of put this guy down. All right, so this is a 1, 2. And then from down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I think this is probably, we got to see some buying. This is, I mean, we could come down here and retest this. So about a pull back to 12,000 would be okay. Let's see here. I'm just trying to piece this together. I see a correction here. Off of that, I see an impulse. So from here, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be that this 4 goes over here and this 3 goes right there, but it's all kind of noise in the middle. This looks like an impulse and then a correction. So if this is a 1, 2, 3, we really have to have some support here and some buying to see this guy moving up. So yeah, I still think that we are going to see higher prices, but by the end of the year, I still think we're probably going to see this guy move up to the 13,700 to 14,000 range. So I am interested in buying right up here. I'm interested in accumulating stocks that are oversold. As you all know, that's my strategy. I like to buy things that are oversold. So yeah, I would say potentially NASDAQ will probably, well, it can come back down here and retest 12,000. I'd be interested in getting into TQQQ at 12,000 because more than likely that's going to be a nice pullback target of, again, this this test back up here on September, and then we had this right up here. Again, we talked about this. We pushed through, we got rejected. Now we've pushed through. It'd be nice to get a good retest of 12,000 before we can see ourselves do a range expansion up here to the upside. So more than likely, I think probably going to grind here for another day, but I am interested in buying equities at this price. So I'll be doing a video here a little bit later for the insured members on the Discord. If you're not on our Discord, throw a comment in the YouTube chat. I'll be more than happy to get an invite code out to you. And we've got some big things coming to insured on the Discord as well. So be looking for an announcement on Discord. Probably going to be later this evening on that. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, if this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a good day.